Alright YouTube, today's video is going to be an in-depth review of the brand Fresh. Now as you guys know, I film all of these videos barefaced so you can see the effects of the products that I'm about to talk about. Normally I do a before and after for complicated reasons. This video will not have a before, but if you do want to see my skin in action before this video, you can go back to the end of my previous challenge, which was the brand Philosophy, but I'll also tell you that my skin has just continued to improve. It is looking so much better. I would say overall I did have a good experience with the brand Fresh. I will also tell you guys that I did use nothing but this line except for my Retinol Fusion PM Serum from Peter Thomas Roth and the occasional Drunk Elephant TLC Framboos Serum, both of which are really helping me to keep my acne problems in check and to prevent more breakouts from happening. I did have a very small breakout happen during these last 2 weeks, but that was it, and honestly I'm very surprised. Back when I first started doing these trials, I used to have a continuous amount of breakouts that would happen. What was my joke? Every Tuesday. I did not experience that with this brand. Overall, it really was a good experience. So for this brand, what I'm going to do is run through it product by product, but I'm going to start with the lip products for Fresh. I do think that most people have tried or are interested in the lip products from Fresh. I think it's just their niche, aside from maybe the cleanser, but we'll get to that later. So let's start with the Sugar Nude Tinted Lip Treatment Sunscreen SPF 15. This product comes in a lot of different colors. These are really cute little tubes. They actually kind of screw closed, which means they really would be excellent for throwing in your purse. I will definitely give this product that. I think of this product less as a lip treatment and a lot more as a lipstick. It's a lot more thicker and feels a lot more like a lipstick. I will say that the color is really pretty. I think it was a really good daily kind of nude lip that doesn't, you know, overwhelm your face with being too nude, if you know what I mean. It's a nice product. My main issue with this product is that I think it is a lipstick. And as a lipstick with treatments in it, it's probably one of the best that I've tried, but I would never buy this as a lip treatment. I would buy this as a lipstick. Next up I have the Sugar Cream Lip Treatment in the shade Baby. This is the product that I did purchase directly through the Fresh website. This retails for $24, and it has this really pretty baby pink color to it. It is very pretty on. I think it's a very nice treatment. I'm gonna say it's not quite as much of a treatment as, say, the Clarins lip treatment or even the Jouer one. Both of those are clear though. This one is kind of the perfect no makeup day type of lip treatment. Something where you don't want to wear makeup, you kind of want to treat your skin for that day, but you still want to look your prettiest. This would be a really good option. I haven't yet decided if I will repurchase this. Thankfully, this type of product does tend to last a long time. But I mean, I do like it. I just think there also are a lot of competitive products on the market, but I'll also say related to that, I own quite a few products like this from the drugstore, and my problem with the drugstore versions is something seems to spread about the color and it can end up really betraying you if you ever had that experience. Whereas this one didn't. Maybe it's just because it's a really light color. I do think the quality's high on this. I'll say it's definitely one of the best tinted, tubed lip products that I've tried. And for my personal favorite, I know it's not even the full size I bought, this is the Fresh Sugar Lip Caramel Hydrating Balm. I adore this so much. Controversy related to lip balms that come in this type of container, mainly, you know, is it hygienic? I think that make sure that you're washing your hands before you dip your fingers into this. Doesn't that go without saying? I had to be really careful to not use up all of this before this video because I wanted to be able to actually comment on it, but it is this really pretty lip balm that actually looks like caramel. You can't tell because I used it all up. It smells so good. It really smells like caramel apples, and it does give you a bit of a tint. So as you can see there, I would say this is the most hydrating treatment that I tried from these three products. It's pretty, it's subtle, it's hydrating. I really enjoyed this. However, if you don't like scented lip products, you probably won't like anything from the Fresh line. They are all scented. I very rarely talk about small samples, but I am going to mention the Sugar Lip Serum Advanced Therapy only because I've been using this consistently for 2 weeks, and this 0.06 ounce size, I'm not going to run out of it. You use the absolute tiniest amount of this on your lips. It's meant to be a serum for your lips. Objectively looking at it, it's a good product. It does have meadowform seed oil, avocado oil, hyaluronic acid. It's not a poorly formulated product. The issue is just the way that it will affect other products. So this might be nice for nighttime use, but personally I think that I found other products such as the Kaplan MD lip mask. I know I mention that all the time, but I would just gravitate towards that over this, even though I certainly am surprised by how long this is lasting. Alright, let's get into the skincare. We got a lot of fresh skincare to talk about. Let's start with the Soy Face Cleanser. I think this is probably the second most popular product from Fresh because there's so many samples of this that have gone around that now I feel like everybody's tried this. So this retails for $38 for 5.2 ounces. This is not a bad cleanser in any way. It's a decent, I'd even say it's a good cleanser. It's pretty gentle overall. For me personally, this was almost the exact same product as the Rose Centifolia cleanser. Just so many similarities, and even down to the point that you could see the little bits of the rose petals in it. What I kind of found a little conflicting about this product is that they claim, and a lot of other people claim, that this removes makeup. I didn't experience that. I tried to use this as both a first step in my cleanse and then a second step, so I used this all over my face trying to remove my makeup, and then I went in with a facial cleansing device and a little bit more after I'd washed it all off, mind you. And I somehow ended up with a Clarisonic that was full of foundation, and that's a bit bothersome. That's not what you want, so that kind of turned me off from the product. Like all of Fresh's products, this one does have a little bit of a scent to it, which in my personal opinion is absolutely fine in a cleanser. I don't think you need to worry about scents in cleansers because you wash it all off. So I mean, it's kind of enjoyable to use, but I think I prefer a little bit more of a foaming cleanser, and this was much more gel-like. Not bad, fairly innocuous. I think this would work best for normal skin. I think that there's some ingredients that would potentially irritate more sensitive skin types, but overall, it's not a bad cleanser. Then I had some products from the Rose line. I used the Floral toner. This is not to be confused with the Deep Hydration toner. This, to me, I think the full size of this comes in a spray bottle. This is just so incredibly similar to the Mario Badescu Rose Spray. Granted, this has a much more natural formula. The Mario Badescu one does have dyes in it for whatever reason, as well as, I believe, parabens. Whereas this is definitely the more natural version, but wow, the price tag on this is just so much higher as a result. So this is $40 for 8.8 ounces. I don't hate it, but I'm not going to gravitate towards it. I don't think rose water is the best to use as a toner. It's better for a refreshing mist, in my personal opinion. I personally wouldn't repurchase it. I don't think it's enough of a toner. And then the Rose Deep Hydration Face Serum. I've been saving these boxes because, conveniently, the Fresh sample boxes actually have the list of ingredients on them, so I really do appreciate that. This is an okay serum. It is priced surprisingly reasonably, especially considering this line. But I'll go ahead and add that if you're really looking for a deep hydrating serum, as this advertises itself to be, I don't think this was the most hydrating serum I've used. Now it's $55, and a lot of my favorite serums run more towards the $80 to $90 price point, so there is that. But in my personal opinion, this is me, I would much rather invest a little more into my serum and have a little bit more results initially. Arguably, you could combine this with some of the Ordinary's serums. That would do it too. But to me, there's just not enough going on in this product. There's just not. It's a very lightweight serum. And for me, a serum is a treatment. A serum's a treatment, which means that's where you want the most dense quantity of your active ingredients. So for me personally, it's just a pass. I don't think it's Fresh's standout product. Let's talk about the Rose face mask next. I think that a lot of people watching this will at some point have had at least a sample of this in their hands. I had a lot of trouble forming an opinion on this, mainly because a lot of people absolutely adore this product, adore it. Now, I used it about 4 times over the last 2 weeks, and then I used it again this morning because I really wanted to cement my personal beliefs on this product into place. Ultimately, I gotta tell you guys, I just don't think this does that much. And I hate to say that because I really know a lot of people love this. I think a lot of the appeal with this product is that it's got the fresh atmosphere going on. To better explain myself in that regard, here is a view of what this looks like. This is weird to be doing swatches of skincare, but I think that with this brand it's necessary. So you can see it's got these like natural looking, I guess that's rose petals in it. And I think that there's a certain appeal that comes with including rose petals in your product or making it pretty. Another product that they did that with is the Sugar Face Polish, which has strawberry seeds. There's just the fresh selling point seems to be our products are pretty and they smell good. And I think this product, in my personal opinion, is the best example of that. It is pretty, it is enjoyable to use, it does smell good, but it's really expensive for something that I just didn't see that much in terms of results. Now again, I'm really trying to be careful with what I say here because I know a lot of people do enjoy this, and I think that if you enjoy a product, if it's leading you to experience the pleasure of a product, just in just general sense of enjoyment, then that's a good product. Keep using it by all means. It's great to pamper yourself. But for me, it just didn't do enough. Beautypedia's analysis of this product was that it was boring, and I hate to say it, but I'm really inclined to agree. Another weird thing about this, you know, they have, it appears so natural, and it's some of their products, like the toner that I mentioned, is definitely natural. I didn't really see any chemicals in there that I was alarmed by. I just want to mention this because I don't think it's a huge problem, but this product is a product that contains 5 different parabens. You know, parabens are generally considered safe, but it is also something that a lot of people are trying to avoid, and I think that it's just a bit confusing to see a line that has all these natural products and then just randomly throws a bunch of parabens into one product. I'm getting mixed messages from Fresh. I also wanted to talk about the Fresh Lotus Youth Preserve Face Cream. I kind of have conflicted feelings on this because on the one hand I really like this as a lightweight face cream. I have this on my cheeks and the heavier Corset cream on my forehead, and this is definitely lighter. It definitely has not created any situations for clogged pores or anything like that. It feels in texture a lot like Ole Henriksen's Sheer Transformation. It is only $45, which is a pretty reasonable price for 1.7 ounce as far as higher end creams do run. It's pleasant to use. It does smell like cucumber water. It's very, very nice, just a very uplifting type of product to use. The drawback with this is that it contains lemon oil, which there's kind of a couple of cons in using lemon oil, and the main one is that lemons are highly acidic, often running at a pH of 2. I am going to assume that Fresh has pH balanced this product. It would be really irresponsible not to, and I do think that they have good chemists working for them, so I assume that this is pH balanced. I did not notice any drawbacks from that. A lot of people do think to use lemon oil. They think it's a good idea. It does have vitamin A. It does naturally prevent acne, but it really can have a lot of drawbacks. I like it. I'm not going to repurchase it because Sheer Transformation is a good option also. I mean, there's a lot of lightweight face creams on the market, but I do think that if you're looking for one that you would remember to use, this is easy to remember because of how enjoyable it is. It smells so good. Let's chat about the Sugar Face Polish next. So I have this swatched right here. This is a True Sugar Scrub. If you guys have seen me talk about similar products like this before, then you already probably know my feelings on this. So this retails for $65 for 4.4 ounces, and I guess the selling point here is that supposedly there's strawberry seeds in there, although I really don't see very many. I mean, I guess like the other masks in this line, it has a unique, natural-looking texture to it, but it's ultimately sugar, and you guys know I am not one of those DIY people. I leave that to Huda. She can do that all she wants, but like it's not my thing. However, I gotta make an exception if I feel like I ever desperately need a sugar mask in my life. I'm sorry, but I am so buying sugar and making one myself. $65 for 4.4 ounces of sugar, primarily sugar. I can't do it. I'm sure that this is enjoyable. I did use it a couple of times. It's nice. It's not too harsh, but it is a little bit harsh because sugar can be harsh. But I mean, it's simply a pass for me because of the price on that one. Let's move on to the black tea line. I had 2 products from that line to talk about that I did test out. First up is the Black Tea Firming Corset Cream. Now this is a heavier weight moisturizer. It's made for face and neck, it says. The word corset is supposed to imply that it's going to, I guess, tighten your face. I mean, what I gather from this and from my experience with it, which as you can see, I did use this a lot. I did enjoy using it. The primary ingredient, or really I guess I should say the focus ingredient for this entire line is the kombucha, which is fermented black tea. And the formula on this does have a lot of hydrating ingredients, a lot of plant origin ingredients, hyaluronic acid. It's good overall. I am wearing this one today on my forehead just to show you guys like the difference in it being a little bit more greasy. And I have the Lotus 7 on the rest of my face. It's nice. It does seem to be fairly effective. It does seem that it smoothed out the fine lines that as a dry person I do deal with. I mean, it smells really nice. It's a pleasure to use. But ultimately, it's $95 for 1.7 ounces, 1.6 ounces. And I think that for me, that's a little bit pricey. I guess I kind of understand buying this one because it does seem to be a good product for me. But in my personal opinion, with all of the experience that I have of using products, I think there's a lot of products that are similar to that at a lower price. Okay, next up, the Instant Perfecting Mask. This too is very expensive. This is $92 for 3.3 ounces. At least you get more with this. But I kind of think it's funny that with the founder emphasizing the kombucha in all of these, that really a higher listed ingredient on this one is sake. Now, that's a good thing. Sake is a primary ingredient for the brand SK2, so I guess I kind of get the price, kind of. It's just a little bit odd when I read about the way that the founder decided to come up with this line, which is apparently as a result of drinking kombucha tea and thinking, hey, this gave me energy. Why don't we make some face creams from it? I guess whatever inspires you. It's just ultimately, when it comes to products like this, I'm gonna tell you guys the backstory of how I use this. So I did apply this and I forgot about it, which I guess in some ways that's good. It means it wasn't burning my skin or anything. In some ways it's bad. That's how you can end up having a really bad reaction, and I did not have any problems from that, so that's a good thing. But having had that experience, now I'm like, well, why would you buy this mask then? Why wouldn't you just buy a mask that's, a cream that is formulated similarly to this, which in my opinion the Corset cream is, and leave it on for maximum results, or maybe leave this on, although I don't want to tell you that because given that it does say to put this on for 5 to 10 minutes, you should follow directions. But I don't see anything in here that is going to cause severe problems. It's just $92 is so much money to spend on something that you're leaving on your skin for such a short amount of time. I guess that's what it comes down to for me. I don't dislike it. I don't think it was as instant perfecting as other products I've tried, including glycolic containing products. Much more instant perfecting, in my opinion. But there is good research for using fermented products. This does contain hyaluronic acid, which is certainly something that you can use on your skin for extended periods of time, as well as other ingredients in here such as grapeseed oil. I'm confused by this being a short-term mask. That's the bottom line of this. I'm confused by it. I think the price tag is high. And for those reasons, I'm just kind of like, next. And next we shall go. I'm going to end this with a couple of samples. And I know a lot of people get funny about samples, but I gotta mention these. I gotta mention them. So I used a sample of the Creme Ancienne Supreme Face Serum, as well as the Creme Ancienne Soft Cream. Now, I had enough from each of these samples to use these guys together 3 times. I know that's not a lot, but I'm coming to you with an analysis of that. It's very brief usage combined with looking at the ingredients, and I gotta talk about these simply because of their price. Now, I've been putting off doing a very expensive skincare brand because I don't know if I want to spend the money doing it, but given that I got these samples, which I think I got from Nordstrom, we'll do it. We'll talk about it today. So, first off, the Supreme Face Serum retails for $240 for an ounce, and Fresh justifies this by saying it's handmade in a monastery for supreme results. The Creme Ancienne Soft Cream is $290 for 3.5 ounces, and this one is inspired by the world's first cream. Now, I tell you guys honesty, which means I used these and I thought they were nice. They really were nice. I use them both at night. I use these two together to see if sleeping in them all night I would wake up with beautiful glowing skin, and I did. Was it that much more glowing that I would justify spending almost $600 to get it? No. I've certainly woken up with glowing skin from other products. The serum itself is very, very hydrating. I do think that a little goes a long way, and that's certainly a pro when you're talking about a product that is this expensive. It does contain a lot of ginger, but I don't know, handmade in a monastery, I really would prefer that my serum would be made in a laboratory, preferably under, you know, laboratory conditions. I don't particularly like the idea of big, unsanitary vats in a monastery and no gloves. This is just what's going through my head. I guess this works for Fresh because it does seem that there are a lot of people who really enjoy this. And again, I kind of get it because it was nice. But at the end of the day, the first ingredient here is ginger water, and the second is water, and the third is glycerin, and the fourth is squalane, which you can get from The Ordinary for under $9. This is so much less expensive to make than the price tag that it pains me. It pains me greatly. As for the inspired by the world's first cream, I want to make jokes about that, but at the same time it's so not funny that this product is $290. So you guys know I do read reviews. One of the kind of most comical reviews that I've read in a while, somebody that apparently was loyal to this product back when apparently it contained rose water, commented that now the first ingredient is pure water, and they're so saddened that Fresh has become that cheap. Rose water is cheap. The main active ingredient going on here is meadowform seed oil. You know where I've seen meadowform seed oil before? Pharmacy's Night Balm. It's called Sleep Tight, if I remember correctly. Absolutely high in meadowform, wonderful night cream. You will wake up with results very similar to these, and it is absolutely a fraction of the price. It's very obvious that this is Fresh's luxury line. This whole monastery deal that they have going on here. And now I'm going to get a little bit more into my opinions of the brand Fresh. So the reason why I'm not using my original footage is because I got too negative on this brand too quickly. And the reason is because this brand, what their deal is, if you ask me, they are selling you pretty products. Their products are beautiful, they smell wonderful, they're priced highly as a result of it. They're really not anything particularly groundbreaking in the realm of skincare. I mean, I think other companies have thought about making pretty products or making products that are highly based in essential oils and plant matter. It's almost really just an expensive origin. And it really cemented this for me when I was trying to gather more information about the brand so I'd be able to tell you about it. And when I went on their website, I saw this video where they were talking about their rose products, and really the entirety of the video was pictures of roses, gorgeous pictures of scenery, of expensive travel destinations type of video, and then the founder briefly saying the skincare is so good for you. And I'm like, oh, it makes so much sense, and it's why I gotta keep myself in check though. That kind of selling point kind of frustrates me, because as somebody who's looking at the science behind the skincare, I don't want pretty. But you know what? A lot of people do. And that's why I'm keeping myself in check. That's why I'm not getting too harsh, at least not as an intro. But here I will go ahead and tell you my opinion. So now I'm going to read to you guys what I actually had read in my introduction and the whole reason why I won't post that. It's important for you to know this, but I don't want it to cloud your view of me and my experience with the brand, because like I said, it was an overall positive experience. But please hear this out. So Fresh takes an alchemistic approach to beauty. Do you know what alchemy is, Fresh? Its combination of innovative natural ingredients, time-honored rituals, and modern science offers a sensorial experience with undeniable results that is completely unique to Fresh. It's not completely unique to Fresh, though. There are other brands that do this at a fraction of the price. And time-honored rituals, I don't want to harp too much on the whole appropriation versus appreciation, but I can't find any information about the founder's history or heritage to make me think that it's necessarily okay to be calling your products Lotus. At what point are you really appreciating those rituals and appreciating East Asian legacy versus at what point are you capitalizing on it? So the whole reason I am ultimately including this is because it's important for you to know all of this goes on. It's also important for you to already have understood that I did have an enjoyable experience with this brand. I overall liked it. And in the end, I'm probably not going to buy anything other than their lip products. And one reason why I really do want to talk to you about my experiences in a very neutral type of way is because when you go and read these reviews yourselves, you'll see a whole lot of people saying things like, this is a must-have. I don't think anything here is a must-have, but I get it if you want to buy it. In fact, and this is completely ironic, at this point in having tested so many skincare brands, nothing, in my opinion, nothing is a must-have. You need to find what works for you, not what other people tell you is a must-have. And so as such, my ultimate conclusion for Fresh is that if products that smell as wonderful as these are, if these products that, you know, look so gorgeous and just take you mentally to the place that Fresh's video visually took me, then by all means use them. Because one of the biggest things to focus on in finding the skincare that works for you is what works for you as a commitment. For some people, spending extra money is more motivation, and I respect that. I think that, you know, if you're a poor college student, it's easy to get mad at somebody for wanting to spend $95 on a cream, but on the other hand, if that's not a big deal in terms of finances and the cream is something that you enjoy, then by all means use it. So yeah, I can't summarize my thoughts concisely on this brand. It took that explanation. But I can summarize my experience with the products, and it was overall good. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. This has been one of the most internally controversial brands that I've ever done, if that makes sense. Just a lot of inner conflict about how I felt in terms of disagreeing with a lot of aspects and enjoying the results. Very, very, mixed feelings. But as usual, if you guys did like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, YouTube.